Hello and welcome to Sketch Together. This is part of a series on Sketch Basics. On this session, we're going to learn about Envision's Craft plugin. And on this particular thing, we're going to talk about duplicate, the duplicate functionality. And this is going to allow you to have an element that is, or multiple elements, a group of elements that duplicates horizontally or vertically in a specific count or probably in a specific space. And it's pretty useful and you're gonna love it. So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, so let's talk about Duplicate, which is part of a plugin from Craft, which is from Envision. So first of all, you will want to install the plugin on Sketch, and this one you cannot do it through Sketch Toolbox. You actually have to go to their website and download it from there. So go ahead and go to envisionapp.com/craft, and you will be able to download the plugin from there. So okay, and then the plugin will also appear here as a manager, and then you can turn on and off parts of the plugin that you probably don't want to use. And also, side note, it's also available in Photoshop. I don't have it installed, I just only use Sketch, but if you use Photoshop, you can install it there too. So, okay, so back to Sketch. Here, let me show you an example of where I used duplicate. So here, I created a row, an arrangement of rows of cells, and I use other parts of the plugin from Craft, which is images and then titles. And the cool thing about this, you will find the Craft plugin here on its own toolbox. So here I find it here, duplicate, and then there are two tabs, inside selection and a specific count. And when you use inside selection, you actually specify a selection, and then it'll automatically duplicate the content according to that selection. So for example, here on this example, I have a duplicate control layer, and if I were to change the size of that duplicate control, it automatically adds one more cell according to the gutter and to the size that I have. So as you can see it here, it's automatically updating for you, which will save you a lot of time. So let's go ahead and try to do that right here. So over here, I have a cell, and it has an image, and also an oval for an image, has a background, it has a title and a subtitle. So the first thing that I want to do is, on the oval, I want to go ahead and use a different part from the plugin, which is called Photos. And I'm going to teach you about it later, but real quickly, Photos, and here I use Unsplash, and I'm going to use City, and then automatically place a photo, and it plays a photo for me from the Unsplash library. And then here on title, I'm going to use a type, and I'm going to use a headline, and I'm going to use advertising. And this is taken from news and articles on advertising. And this subtitle, I'm going to use the same, headline, advertising. And there you go. That's cool. I created an element that automatically it looks pretty real, a pretty realistic mock-up of an element. And now I want to duplicate it. And I can totally go ahead and just like drag and drop the element, and I can manually change the size, the values of each of them. But with this plugin, you can actually do it really easily. So I go here to duplicate, and I'm going to say inside selection, and I'm going to check vertical, and I'm going to add a gutter of 0 actually, and I'm going to duplicate content, and automatically creates 3 elements for me. But not just only that, it was smart enough to know that here I have to put it will put images from the Unsplash library on the city category, and also all the titles are the same as I did on the first one. And if over here, I can see that it created a group for me, a new group with all the rows. So inside that group, I will see another layer that is called duplicate control, and I can change this, and I can make it a little bit bigger, and it will automatically add more cells to my design, which is pretty cool. If I were to, and let's do the same, but now with a card, and let's use the other version of it. So here, instead of inside selection, I'm going to specify a count. And before that, I'm going to actually change the image of it, and then this one is going to be about animals. I'm going to place a photo, and the title is going to be science, headline, oops, there's no science, let's do philosophy, and the subtitle also headline of philosophy. And then I'm going to duplicate the content of this card, and I'm going to do it vertically and horizontally. So horizontally, I'm going to do 2 columns, and vertically I'm going to put 3 rows, and I'm going to put the gutter of 30, no, sorry, let's put 24 pixels. I'm going to duplicate content and automatically duplicate for me all the elements there, which is just amazing. Imagine how much time you're going to save with this. So yeah, that's duplicate control. Sometimes it does this, so you can just double click, and sometimes the headlines are longer than your text field, so you can just go ahead and change that. And yeah, so you can imagine how cool this is and how much time it will save you. So go ahead and try it out.